Okay, we're going to look in quite a bit of detail at this Spanish PBP AT-AT Driver figure I just picked up and unboxed. So I've got the Spanish PBP book volume 1, which has this described. So I thought we could have a look at what it says and all of that. I mean, the same seller had the POC figure, and it's such a shame I missed out on that one, because that would have been just sheer ecstasy to describe both figures and show you in this book the POC figure and then the PBP figure. It would have been such a fulfillment of my life to do that, and unfortunately it never transpired. But I can still show you this lovely PBP Spanish figure, and we can read about it in this great book. So this is volume 1. So it says 4-line maiden and smooth deleted no coup hard torso. So here it is on card. That is like the one I've got, because hasn't got any additional red on it there. This version is confirmed on the PBP Return of Jedi 65 backs. This figure is also packed on Trilogo cards. Okay, CO stamp markings. So CO just refers to the markings on the back of the legs, like there. A bit hard to see. Unfortunately, it's really dark and wet in the UK at the moment, so you can see there's a bit of paint rub on the glutamus maximus, but we shall endeavour to carry on. So this is a variation whose stamps results from the modification of a 4-line made in Hong Kong CO mold type. The CO information is divided on 4 separate lines on the figure's legs. The top line on the left leg reads copyright, and the bottom line was Lucasfilm Limited 1980, while the top line on the right leg reads made in. The original reference to the COO, formerly in the bottom line of the right leg, was removed from the mould, leaving the plastic surface smooth. This is the so-called smooth deleted no coup, and we can see that here. It's image 8. Number 9 is the European variant of the figure. We will compare the PBP figure with the European 4-line melted down no coup. PBP figure on the left, European figure on the right. 1, 5, 6 and 7. So this is the Spanish figure, the PBP, and this is the European. So you can just, I don't know if you can really pick it out, but the way that the helmet is a lot more, and the torso is a lot brighter white, the so-called harder torso. You can really see it there. And if we look at my figure that I've just got here and compare the heads, it's a great figure, this. Yeah. So we can say that they're the same. Brilliant. Okay, so next thing we can read about are the plastics. The torso is made of the typical PBP plastic. This is the so-called hard torso, highly detailed torso. The colour of the plastic is an opaque creamy white on the PBP figure, compared with the translucent white used on the European production. So that's the hard torso PBP, that's the European. The libs made, what are the libs? Made of the typical PBP libs. The limbs made of the typical PBP plastic. The colour is a purplish pale grey. So there are spelling mistakes in this book. There's the U is missing there for colour, and the M for limbs. Pale grey on the PBP figure compared to a pure pale grey with ochre hue to the site used on the European figure. Yep, I'd say you can see slightly ochre hue on the European figure. Colour palette. The chest helmet black details are very similar, practically identical at sight in hue, colour, texture and opacity on both figures. However, the black colour is slightly glossier on the PBP figure. The paint masks used are slightly smaller on the PBP figure, speaking in general terms. Yeah, you can see this on the face, like the mouth slit, or the smaller on the Spanish figure. Both the lower part of the torso and the helmet tubes are glossy and pasty greenish pale grey on the PBP figure. Pasty greenish grey. Are they a pasty greenish grey? Hard to tell. Blah blah blah. Compared with a purer pale grey with an ochre hue to the sight used on the European production. Helmet tubes. So those are the helmet tubes on the back, I guess. Blah blah blah. The emblems are opaque dark orange on the PBP figure. Yeah, I disagree with that. While I translate, lucent light orange is used on the European variation. Sloppy paint and the overspray are common features on the emblems of the PBP variation. The emblems are very fragile and prone to rubbing off with too much handling. Oh my gosh. These emblems are both intact on this figure. Very nice. So see on the back of this has got the red, this one hasn't got it, so either that paint was never applied, the red, I'm talking about on the back panel there, where you see on these two, they've got the red paint on them. The stripe on the back of the helmet is translucent orange on the PBP, yeah, variant. There's another spelling mistake there, while an opaque dark orange is used on the European figure. It's quite a nice colour, that. The square-shaped back box on the back is pale light orange on the PBP figure, while pale red is used on the European figure. Well, on this one it's just black. It might have just been that the paint was never applied there. Both gloves and shoulder armour pads are a pasty and matte creamy white on the PBP figure, compared to a purer and thinner white that is used on the European variant. Okay, and then the rifle seems to be similar to the Kenner weapon. There are some variants of the rifle paired with the PBP figure. So that's the weapon there. See the weapon here. So, very interesting, isn't it? So that's the PBP made in Spain figure. So we've got the Spanish figure in hand. Pretty cool. Wish I had won that POC as well, man. But this is really nice to see. This is UKG 75. Should show you the label. Star Wars AT-AT Driver PBP 1980 Lucasfilm Limited Noku made in archive number blah blah blah, figure 80 paint 75. Very cool figure. And here we've got it compared to the European figure. I guess the European would have been on the tri-logo card. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so I hope you like looking at this in detail. That's the PBP figure there. It just looks so great. And it shows you how useful this book is, because, you know, this volume, volume 2 and volume 3, which I've just done a review of, volume 3 that is. This is just such a great resource, and, you know, It really is nice. I don't think this one's signed. Okay, so great figure this. It's your Spanish PBP figure, AT-AT Driver. Just looks amazing. And I came so close to winning the POC figure as well. Unfortunately, if I'd been at home, or I'd have won all 4 of the figures I wanted. Unfortunately, I was on a train. Great piece this though. It's your PBP AT-AT. It's brilliant. Alright, cheers, goodbye. Hope you like listening to me waffle on. Bye.